There are so many AI coding tools available, and it seems like a new one is getting released every single day. I'm going to give you a quick overview of RAID and why you might want to consider it over the alternatives. RAID sits in a class of tools called coding agents. These are different from other AI coding tools like tab completion in IDEs or chatbots where you copy and paste code back and forth. AI coding agents are fully autonomous. You give them a high-level goal, and they'll carry out multiple steps in order to accomplish the goal. At this point, there's quite a few options out there for coding agents. You have things like Windsurf, Cursor, Anthropic's Claude Code, and OpenAI's Codex. The important thing to understand is that all of these agents are produced by for-profit companies. And ultimately, all of these companies are designing these tools to create as much profit as possible. What sets RAID apart is that it's a completely community-driven project. And so all of the development of RAID is designed to meet the needs of the community. There's no reselling or incentives to cut costs and quality. One of the places where you can immediately see the effects of this is if you try to put a complex task into Cursor or Windsurf. What usually happens is they'll do like 5 to 10 steps and then stop. The reason for this is that those companies are reselling and upcharging the actual AI compute to get the work done. So they're incentivized to cut costs and therefore the amount of work that the agent will do for you. This is in contrast with open tools like RA.Aid, RA.Code, and Klein. If you give RA.Code or Klein a complex task, they'll do far more steps before giving up. But even RA.Code and Klein fall short of the capability of RAID. What really sets RAID apart is that it'll do deep research on your code base before doing its work. And not only that, but it'll actually break down the work into multiple discrete tasks that it will implement completely autonomously. The end result is that RAID is just much more capable at completing complex tasks. And this is especially true if your code base is larger. And because RAID is driven more by innovation rather than maximizing profits, it has some really unique features. For example, if RAID encounters a really tricky problem, it can call out to a much more powerful reasoning model to work through that problem without increasing your cost too much. We call that the expert tool. The other really innovative feature that RAID has is a completely dynamic and automatic memory system. So as it's working on your code base, it's actually storing memories that are specific to how your code base works. And one of the truly innovative features that you won't really find anywhere else is that RAID will automatically garbage collect those memories as they accumulate. This means that as your codebase evolves, the memory system of RAID is actually evolving with it. You don't really have this capability with RA.Code or Klein. In addition to these innovative agentic features, RAID also has some really nice UX capabilities for developers. First off, its integration with terminal utilities and shell commands is best in class. When RAID runs an external command, it actually emulates a terminal and passes through full input and output to your terminal. This means it has really good support for interactive shell commands, things like npm install or interactive git commands and things like that. RA.Code, Klein, and others try to integrate with the built-in terminal in VS Code. The problem with this is that it's really clunky and it doesn't always work. The other really big UX advantage that RAID has is that we have a mobile-first, modern web UI. This web UI is based on TypeScript and React and ShadCN components. It's mobile first, so you can even code from your phone. And this web UI is powered by an API server. So if you wanted to, you could run RAID in server mode and use its API to integrate it with your existing systems. So none of this would have been possible without our open source community. RAID has 17 contributors and growing. The community is very welcoming of new ideas and features, and even simple things like documentation improvements. Hope to see you on the Discord.